On the night of June 26, 1996, the Charlotte Hornets held the 13th pick in the NBA draft. They used it on a 17-year-old guard out of a high school in suburban Philadelphia. He had never played a professional game. He had never played a college game. Charlotte never intended to keep him. 16 days later, he was a Los Angeles Laker, and the reason has almost nothing to do with basketball.
Kobe, this is for you. And also a hat.
In the summer of 1996, the Los Angeles Lakers wanted Shaquille O'Neal. Everybody wanted Shaquille O'Neal. The Lakers had a specific problem with wanting him. The salary cap that year was $24,300,000. That's the total a team could carry across its entire roster. Their starting center, Vlade Divac, was earning $8.5 million of it, more than a third of the cap, on one player at the exact position Shaquille O'Neal plays. If you watched our Orlando episode, we told you the Lakers had no cap problem that summer. That was wrong, and this is the correction. Los Angeles had a serious cap problem. Solving it is the entire reason Kobe Bryant became a Laker, because to get to Shaquille O'Neal, they had to sell a starter. And the man they found to buy him wanted something in return that nobody in the building could explain. Jerry West ran the Lakers. West had worked out the high school kid twice. The first time reportedly as a favor to an agent, the second because he could not stop thinking about the first. West had no lottery pick, so he needed a team with one who would take Bryant and hand him over. Here's where the record splits, and we're going to give you both versions. The Charlotte Observer reported at the time that Bryant's agent kept lottery teams from working him out, including the Nets at 8 and the Hornets themselves, and that the morning of the draft the arrangement was already in place. If Bryant was still there at 13, Charlotte would take him and send him to Los Angeles for Divac's contract. Bryant told it differently. Years later he said there was no arrangement. He said Charlotte simply never wanted him. Both men were in the room. Only one of them was being handed a franchise. Whichever version is true, the trade was agreed that night, and it almost died 2 weeks later because nobody had asked the other player. Vlade Divac had played 6 seasons in Los Angeles. He had come to America from Yugoslavia. His family lived in that city. He found out he had been traded the way the public found out. Years later, he described it plainly to Yahoo Sports. He said he played basketball for fun, and that this was not fun. He said he told his wife he was going to retire. He meant it, and under the rules, a player who retires cannot be traded. If Divac walks away, Charlotte gets nothing. The deal collapses, and the draft rights to Kobe Bryant stay in North Carolina. The three-peat that follows is sitting on a phone call between a man and his wife. He was talked out of it. The trade became official on July 11, 1996.
I'm happy that that worked out for all of us. Lakers got what they need, the championships. I got my career in a way that I liked. So it was great for all of us.
Moving Divac was not enough. 6 days after the Bryant trade cleared, the Lakers sent George Lynch and Anthony Peeler to the Vancouver Grizzlies for a second-round pick. 2 rotation players out the door for almost nothing. That shed roughly $3 million more. The next day, July 18th, Shaquille O'Neal signed with the Los Angeles Lakers for 7 years and $120 million.
At which Shaquille O'Neal is expected to announce that he has signed a 7-year, $120 million contract to join the LA Lakers.
Think about that. Trade the starting center, dump 2 rotation players. Signed the best player in basketball. The 17-year-old was what came back in the middle of it. Divac spent 2 seasons in Charlotte. In 1998, he signed with the Sacramento Kings. And in Sacramento, he became something he had never been in Los Angeles, an all-star, the center of the most watchable team of its era. In 2002, those Kings met those Lakers in the Western Conference Finals. Divac guarded Shaquille O'Neal. Across that series, he averaged roughly 14 points and 10 rebounds a night. It went 7 games. Game 7 went to overtime. Los Angeles won it. and went on to a third straight championship. The player the Lakers sold to build that team came one overtime period from ending it. Divac retired. Then he did something most players never do. He took the other chair. By 2018, Vlade Divac was the general manager of the Sacramento Kings, and in that June's draft, Sacramento held the second pick. There was a 19-year-old on the board out of Slovenia. Sacramento took a forward out of Duke instead. The Slovenian went third to Atlanta and was traded that night to Dallas. Asked about it years later, Divac did not take it back. He pointed to the guard he had already drafted and said time would tell. 22 years apart, Vlade Divac sat on both sides of the same decision. In 1996, he was the contract that got moved so a teenager could become a Laker. In 2018, he was the man who passed on a teenager, and that kid wound up in a Lakers uniform anyway. Nobody in either room was reading the basketball. They were reading the paper it was written on. This is Beyond the Buzzer. We read the fine print so you don't have to.